Quick hits here, edition of the podcast, section of the podcast here. And the Memphis Grizzlies starting out 0-5. I had high hopes for the Memphis Grizzlies. I didn't think they were going to be this bad in terms of wins. I thought they would have been able to stay afloat, but they're starting off the season really bad 0-5 here. Desmond Bane has been coming out guns blazing, shooting the ball like he was before he got injured last season. I believe at one point last season, averaging 25 points per game. Here, he's averaging 26 points per game. I believe he has 4 assists, he has 4 rebounds, 3 assists per game as well to go along with that. But he's really trying to handle the offensive load for this team, and it's been difficult. Jaren Jackson Jr., 20.7 points per game, 7.7 rebounds per game, and 2.5 blocks. And I'm a little disappointed in him because I figured he would have figured out that fouling situation. In the first couple of games of the season, he got into trouble. Last night against Portland, he had 30 and 13. But the way that they are losing, especially against Portland the other night, blowing a 10-point lead with 2 minutes to go is that's bad, man. They were up on Portland. Portland doesn't have any incentive to win or anything like that. So to see that happen to Memphis and them struggling, while expected because they're missing so many guys, and I'll get to that in a minute, but I'm expecting better play, especially out of Jaren Jackson Jr. And while he's playing decent, I'm expecting a little bit more out of him. I have been expecting a little bit more out of him the past couple seasons, wanting him to win Most Improved Player the past couple of years. But it's just like it's not helping right now. It's not helping. But looking at Memphis side of things, they're playing without Ja Morant, who has a suspension for 25 games. So he has 20 more to go. Steven Adams, who, of course, before the season had a torn ACL, so they really have no front line, especially with Brandon Clark, who had an Achilles injury, tore his Achilles since last March, and there's really no timetable on when he's going to return. And then Santi Aldama for them is out with an ankle injury. Derrick Rose is out with a knee injury. So they initially have no front line besides Xavier Tillman. And that's something where I questioned in my last week's episode is if they can trade for Robert Williams, because desperately they need a big man. They need somebody that can attack the glass, protect the rim, do a couple little things. He's a little bit better offensively than I think people give him credit for in terms of playmaking IQ. Not shooting the ball or anything like that, not a high offensive scorer or anything like that, but in terms of being a type of playmaker from that position that will give Memphis a different look. But most importantly, a guy that's going to protect the rim, rebound, block shots, things of that nature that I think Memphis right now needs, especially on that front line. And them missing all these bodies, starting 0-5, they definitely need some help. Definitely need some help. All right, let's get